Hello, my name is Aditya Patel, student ID 3767375, and this is my video presentation for COMP482 assignment 3. And today I'll be demonstrating the Freelancer project management and the client portal system, a desktop application where I designed and implemented to help the independent professionals manage their client relationship, projects, and billing. So the system grew from the low fidelity prototype which I created in the assignment 1, where I identified the core needs of freelancers, the juggling multiple clients without the infrastructure of larger companies. And over the next 5 minutes, I will show you the concept evolved into a fully functional application and walk you through the key features and discuss the design discussion that shapes the interface. So, the problem the system solves is very real. Um, the freelancers typically manage their work across multiple disconnected tools, and they might use email for the client communication, a separate spreadsheet for time tracking, and a Word document for the proposal, and yet another tool for invoicing. And this fragmentation lead to the lost information, missed deadline, and the administrative overhead that takes time away from billable work. And my system consolidates this workflow into a single desktop application, and the target users are independent professionals, designers, developers, writers, consultants who work with 3 to 15 clients simultaneously and need to track projects, deliverable, and log billable hours and maintain professional client relationship. So let me walk through the primary workflow, the system support. So the first one is the user authentication. So for that I need to start the system, and yeah, so as you can see, so it has a username and password, and it works for both like the client and the freelancer. So both freelancers and the client log in through the same interface, but the system recognizes their roles and routes them to the appropriate dashboard. And the freelancer workflow typically start at the dashboard, which displays the three metrics: the number of active projects, pending invoice, total revenue. And when the potential client reach out, the freelancer uses the proposal creation screen to formalize the scope. So let me do a login for the freelancer. So freelancer, and the password is pass123. So as you can see, mm, this is the dashboard. So when you notice how the login button and the text field were clear visible with the black text and light background, so this is the result after the successful authentication. So we land on the freelancer dashboard. You can see a welcome message with the name Sarah Chan, and the logout button in the top right, and the three metrics cards showing one of the active projects, two of the pending invoices, and the total revenue. So these numbers are obviously dummy that I logged in the system. So I want to show how the create proposal works. So let me click on the create proposal. So yeah, so to create that, it requires a field called client name, the scope of the project, the pricing, and what's the timeline. So we'll be creating one dummy project. So let's say a client name is Acme Corporation. And the project scope field, I'll describe like what I'm proposing to build, so which is design and develop. Okay, so And the content manager system, but the pricing will be 8500, and timeline would be 6 week. 6 week with weekly milestone. So okay. So as you can see, back on the dashboard, let me show you the project management view. So when you go on the view projects, so each card shows the project name, the client budgets, the status, and the first project is the e-commerce website for Tech Start Incorporation, which shows 60% complete and with the status of in progress, and the second project is at 85% marked as in review. So now let's take a look at the time tracking. So I will click time tracking from the dashboard, and this opens the time tracking. So before going to that, let me close this active projects first. So close time tracking. So now so this opens a table view of all log time entries with the columns for date, the project, hours, the description, and the calculated amount. So I can add a new entry by clicking just add entry, and I will log 5.5 hours with description backend API development, backend API, and the system automatically calculates the billed amount based on my hourly rate of $125. So okay, time entry successfully. Yeah, so as you can see, it's $687.50. And finally, let me show you the client portal, and to show the client portal I need to log out first. So I have to hit log out and do login as a client. So CLI client, CLIENT, client 123, enter. So as you can see, it says welcome, the name. So you can notice like how the interface changed. So in the client can see only their own project with the status and progress, but they don't have access to the proposal, creation, the time tracking, or the financial details. So this demonstrates the role-based access control working correctly. Yeah. So I will log out. Yeah. So there are several design principles guided this implementation. So the first, consistency. So all the screen used were in the same color platter, and I have the photos for all of the screens I have. So this is the login one. So I will describe the first one. So all screens use the same color pattern, the font hierarchy, all button styling. User learn this pattern once and can apply them everywhere. The dashboard as a consistent home base, no matter where you are, you can return to the dashboard and reorient yourself. So the second, recognition over recall, the dashboard displays the current metrics, so user don't have to remember how many projects they have or what their revenue is, and drop down menu shows available projects rather than forcing users to remember valid inputs. And the project cards display all the revenue information. And the third, which is the error prevention, so from validation catches empty field and invalid inputs before submission. Color coding helps users to avoid mistakes. The green button for safe action, the red text for errors. The system speaks the user's language with business terms like proposal, deliverable, and invoice rather than a technical jargon. So yeah, and these are the different say screens, and this is the latest one, and I'll show you the assignment one, low fidelity prototype. So this was the first login screen, which is quite simple entry point with email, password, and forgot password link. The second is the freelancer dashboard. So main hub showing key metrics, send activity, quick action button. The third is the create new proposal, and the fourth is the project view with deliverables. So this is the one you can see, and the fifth is the time tracking and invoice. So this is the time tracking and invoice, and the sixth is the client portal. Yeah. So this system demonstrate how HCI principle translate from prototypes to working software by following iterative design process, wireframe, cognitive walkthrough, refinement implementation, and we create interface that genuinely serves user need rather than just implementing the features. So let me walk you through the code. So yeah, this is the java.main with all the descriptions, and there are different files in the source you can see. So you have the invoices.classes, the invoice.java, invoice status, project class, project.java, project status, proposal.classes, proposal.java, prospects, and the time entry.java, user classes, and the user type. So this is everything is in the folder name freelancers ms. So yeah, this prototype proves the concept worked with the recommended improvements from the heuristic evolution. This could genuinely serve real freelancers managing their business. And thank you so much for watching. This complete source code, the setup, the instructions, and the evaluation reports are included in my submission. And I'm happy to answer any questions about the design, decision, or implementation.